The president issued a proclamation delineating in detail how the Venezuelan regime sent this gang, this terrorist organization, to our shores. And by the way, and I love being here, but all the outrage that we are seeing from the Democrat Party and from the corporate media, none of that outrage was expressed when little Jocelyn Nungare was tortured and beaten to death.
Leader Jeffries, President Trump just invoked the Alien Enemies Act to target Venezuelan nationals. We haven't seen this law be used to target a single ethnicity since the Japanese internment. What are you going to do to prevent the next Japanese internment and protect Venezuelans who call this country home?
Is a constitutional crisis now officially upon us? From the invocation of an 18th century law that was the basis for some of the darkest chapters in America's history, things like the internment of Japanese Americans during World War II, now being used to deport hundreds of people.
Just completely off the wall. First, you heard the Trump Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller slamming the media for having more outrage over the deportation of violent criminal illegal aliens and not how they murdered innocent women like Jocelyn Nungare and Laken Riley. And then you heard MSNBC hosts trying to compare these deportations of criminal illegals to the internment of Japanese Americans during World War II. It's quite a stretch. Let's welcome to the show from House Oversight, Congressman Brandon Gill. Congressman, it's great to have you on. What's your reaction when you hear this comparison?
Thanks for having me. My first reaction is that America would be safer and more prosperous if Democrats and their rogue judges who carry out their bidding loved the American people as much as they seem to love inundating our communities with violent illegal aliens. What President Trump is doing here by deporting members of the Tren de Aragua, who, by the way, are some of the most ruthless and brutal gang members on the globe, is he is using his statutory authority under the Alien Enemies Act and his plenary authority under Article 2 of the Constitution to carry out the United States' foreign policy and to repel invasions. This is entirely lawful for the president. What is not lawful is a rogue judge in the D.C. Circuit Court trying to usurp the president's power to protect the American people, power that, by the way, President Trump was democratically given. He ran on this issue of protecting the people from illegal aliens. He's executing on that mission. It is wrong and I believe impeachable for this judge to be usurping that power.
Okay, so you filed an impeachment article resolution against Judge Boasberg for abusing his judicial powers, jeopardizing the safety of Americans. He's been demanding the return of planes with those Tren de Aragua gang members. They're designated foreign terrorists. But what's your response to Chief Justice John Roberts, who made a rare statement today saying impeachment is not an appropriate response? The normal appellate process exists for this purpose. What do you say to that?
My response is that this is broad and unconstitutional judicial overreach from a circuit court judge who is attempting to essentially conduct the foreign policy of the United States from the local judge bench in D.C. That is wrong. And if he wants to allow the courts to continue having the legitimacy that they have had for 200 years, he needs to get his courts in line. We have a constitutional power in the legislature that is non-judiciable to impeach rogue judges. That's exactly what we're doing here.
Okay, Congressman Gill, we'll stay on the story. Thanks for being with us tonight. We appreciate you.